Now guess this plane by the cockpit. This is an interesting challenge, I think. Now what is this plane? Of course it's a vintage plane, judging by the cockpit. It does look a little outdated, and I've just noticed this doesn't really make a lot of sense because it's obviously the plane is already in the title. Yeah, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got the DC-8 in front of us, a plane made by the aircraft manufacturer of McDonald's. Of course, McDonnell Douglas. We're not here for Big Mac, we're here for DC-8. Very wonderful plane, of course, and a very interesting one indeed. I mean, really, this plane is from the 1950s, one of the first jet airliners to come out, besides the 707 and maybe some weird planes like the Caravelle, you know, some French planes that no one really knows anything about anymore. But no, despite having its first flight in 1958, this plane is still flying around in limited service, but it's still alive and still well. The DC-8, you can still catch it somewhere around the world, which is actually cool, right? I think this is a great plane, and judging, you know, this is a plane from the 1950s, and actually, really, this cockpit isn't too hard to use after all. Now, this model here is relatively realistic too. Most of the important switches work, which is nice to see, and well, we can already tell these engines are started up, and let me just say, they do make quite a bit of noise, especially at full power. Let's test that noise level here. That could be interesting. Oh, that is a nicely sounding plane, isn't it? Let's fly this plane, which is probably what it was made for, the DC-8. Let's take it off and see if it's gonna work. Oh, we can hear some more sounds now. This is gonna be an interesting takeoff. Let me actually just also mention, you cannot buy this add-on for the Flight Simulator X-Plane anymore now, because it was taken off of all the stores. No one knows the reason, but I have got my hands on it because someone literally had to send it to me that bought it before it was taken off the stores. Literally, you cannot get this plane anywhere now, not even on any sketchy websites. This was personally sent to me from someone who bought this. That's an interesting mystery too. Now, we've taken off the DC-8 and well, it flies nice. I mean, you may know this, planes back then used to actually fly at a higher speed than they do now. This plane actually is very quick and it can go fast, and as you can see, it can pull off some stunts too, like the 707 from Boeing from around the time. Pulling an aileron roll with these kind of planes wasn't that big of an issue. Oh, damn. Oh, well. It's just very nice to see McDonnell's Douglas plane again. I mean, we recently talked about the Mad Dog, the MD-80. We can see they have very similar noses, don't they? Especially here with this eyebrow window up here. It's very interesting. But all right, let's come in now for a landing again. Now, of course, the DC-8 has a bit of operational history behind it. And let me just say on Wikipedia, it has its own article about accidents and incidents involving the Douglas DC-8, literally. And you know, this is not particularly the best sign for a plane to have its own Wikipedia page only designated to its failures. Yeah, literally there was a crash every year, like even thrice a year. Holy moly. And quite a long list. 144 accidents. Yeah. I think I like the DC-8 quite a bit now. All right, let's try to put those reversers up. Let's see how that works. There we go. Oh, wow. Look at that vintage thrust reverse here. Oh my god, that is absolutely beautiful on those engines. Let's see how the stopping performance of the plane is. Damn. Let's just say this plane lands nice. I mean, let's try to find out how this landing actually went here. Look at this. Ooh, very beautiful butter landing on the spot here. Perfect. Okay, and we also didn't use much of this runway either. So let's maybe try challenging this plane with some runways. Short runways, of course. Let's do this. I mean, for example, we can try landing this plane at La Seu-d'Urgell in the Pyrenees Mountains, 1,300 meter long runway. Let's see how this is gonna go. All right, time for some testing on the DC-8. But so far, we can pretty much approve of the DC-8. I don't see any problem with it. I like it now. Okay, 1,300 meter long runway coming up. Let's do this. Alright, a landing, a little bit of a wasted one. Let's see if we can stop. There shouldn't be that much of an issue though, of course. There we go. Plane is nicely stopping. Quite a bit of noise here too, but that's nice. Okay, we have not even used half of this runway, right? Okay, time for some shorter ones then. What airport should we go to next? I mean, there's always an opportunity to try Santa Catalina Island. You know, it's become a very, very frequently visited place on this channel with its 900-meter long runway, which is like perfectly in the middle for most planes. So let's try this now. I mean, it makes sense for this plane to not use that much of runway. I mean, back in the 1950s, we didn't have 20,000-kilometer long runways like we have now. For example, at Denver Airport, like 20,000 feet or something. So yeah, a little bit of practicality is probably very nice to have in a plane like this in the 50s. Alright, a bit of a hard landing, but no worries for such an old plane like this. Let's put out the spoilers, everything. And here we go. We are stopping very nicely here. We can even use this taxiway here, right? Here we go. We didn't even use most of this runway here either, you guys. So, step up. This is no way the A321, which is a little bit smaller even than the DC-8, could be able to land here. Time to go to the Caribbean again, am I right? Alright, welcome to the French island again of Saint Barthélemy. 600 meter long runway, very short. Let's see if the DC-8 is gonna do this. Flaps down, spoilers up. Get that landing gear down too. Shh. Then fly yourself, plane, if you don't like how I fly. Cannot even do that, huh? No autopilot, really. Oh my god, we just died here. I'm sorry, plane. I'm sorry, plane. Now we need to stop, though, because if we don't stop, then we'll die even more. Hey, that worked. We stopped, everybody. We stopped. Let's just not watch this landing in the... Let's watch this landing in the replay to see how that went. I think I did a little bit of an early touchdown, touching down on the beach and then totally floating, and that hasn't really worked, but this is a great one. So maybe try then another island. Let's go to German land. For example, Helgoland Airport with its 475-meter long runway is a perfect opportunity. Okay. Let's try this now. Everything's coming down. So, you know, I've gained quite a bit of confidence in the DC-8 from McDonald's. Pretty much the best item on the menu now, right? Let's come in. Okay, runway is coming up. Let's see if we can do this. Oh, Jesus Christ. We struck something very bad. Oh, rest in peace, plane. We've died probably now. Let's try stopping. Okay, we probably... Oh, stop, please. Let me give this another chance. This has not gone very well. I mean, come on. A little hill impact here and there isn't all that bad. But, oh, that's not gone very well. Okay, second try. Okay, DC-8. Now we can do this, right? Oh, well. I can already see this is going to be a hard landing again. Sorry for the passengers now and for the plane. All right, full concentration. I mean, a stop is, after all, a stop. We do have to say that. Come on. That was a totally fine landing here as well here with the DC-8 plane. Maybe he touched down a little bit before the runway started, but that would have been a survivable landing. No worries. That's the way to stop a plane on a short runway, right? Yeah, the plane is absolutely crazy. Very sporty, a little unsafe, but that's just the deal of it, I guess. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. As always, good night. Thank you to all my members here on YouTube like Block, Mubarak, Junk in the Trunk, Rafal, Oman the Human, DJ Straw, Deload, Tyler Park, Ian from Osk, Garkum, Stefan Schmiedhofer, Moritz Wellhausen, Tuppy Cook, Great Crime but John, No You, Laird Lama, Government Pasta, Calamity Airlines, Kelly Chaos, Philip Cherrier, Signs, Maz Killag, Rodolfo, New York, Ollie H, Blue Aviation, Cheese Doritos, Shadow.